I studied piano for about 8 years, from the time I was about 8 years old.
Mhm.
And to me, it's such a hard instrument to just pick up. How did you pick up piano when you were 14 and become this virtuoso? Like do you, first of all, were you even reading music? Were you, did you have the music theory stuff? How did you do that? That is fascinating to me.
Well, I was reading music, and I started playing trumpet at the local boys club where I lived, and
Mm-hmm.
I had a trumpet teacher, and he was
Right.
excellent teacher. So with the trumpet, I was already reading notes, and I was already
Okay.
reading rhythms. So by that, I was already exposed by the time I got to the piano to seeing a staff. A music staff and being
Mm-hmm.
familiar with the note. But
Mm-hmm.
after I started doing this networking, you obviously get exposed by people bringing in some music, by books that pique your interest, books that other people are saying, hey, this is an interesting book to learn from. So you kind of, most of the stuff I did, honestly, was on my own. And then when I
Mm-hmm.
got involved with playing, I started playing professionally really at the age of 16.
Wow.
But Miriam, the truth of the matter is I tell people that the education that I got at 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, up to my late 20s, just by virtue of playing with all the amazing musicians that I got to play with, you couldn't pay for it at the best university. So that in and of itself was an incredible education because I was getting live,
Right.
hands-on experience, in the moment. And I remember as one of the kiddie bands, there was an older guy. He was already playing professionally. So he got me on this gig, my first gig. And I totally messed it up, and I told the band leader, I said, look, give me the music. I promise I'll learn it. He gave me the music. The next time I came in, I had it down and I was off and running at that point. So,
So
uh,
was there one person who was a major force, a major influence, or was it just, the group, the sort of culture of musicians?
I think there were a few key people, but mainly it was the group. I mean, if I think of a key person, my junior high school teacher, Mr. Morris, at the time, I was playing trumpet at the time. He was so he was so engaged with
Mm-hmm.
with the art of music, and you could feel his passion. It was palpable,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And he had us playing some stuff, and he was very passionate. And he had my junior high school band was killing it at the time, so you couldn't help but feel like wow. And there was other talented musicians in that band. I was going like it's pretty cool. And then I kind of parlayed that into my own social scene, being where I'm from, playing with local neighborhood musicians. And once I started playing in bands that were getting paid, I was on my way. Then it was a
Uh-huh.
matter of now being exposed with other musicians from different bands. But then other people would start to call me, hey, I have a gig on Thursday. Could you make it? We need a piano player. I said, oh, yeah. I mean, then I would say, could you send me the music? Because I always felt very insecure. But and then later on, I went to college and I got a degree, by the way, because I felt like I wanted to legitimize myself. But even when I
Mm-hmm.
went to college, people said, you're playing with Ray Barretto and you're traveling to Europe. What are you doing here? So and I'm going well.
Where did
And
you
then
go?
I went to
Where did you go to school?
CCNY City College.
Great
That's
school.
all. Yeah, that's all I could afford, to be honest with you. At that time, they had the open enrollment or whatever it was,
Uh-huh.
which I was fortunate at that time because God knows, if I would have had to pay for it. But
Right.
yeah, so I got a degree in music. Actually, I should say before that, I went to Bronx Community College. So Bronx
Okay.
Community College was also instrumental because they had a pretty good music program there. They had really capable, excellent teachers uh, who were, capable of offering a lot to the students that went there. Then I went and I got my bachelor's degree at CCNY.
Okay. That's fantastic. That's an excellent school and with a very great history in the city of New York. It's spawned a lot of great people.
Yeah, I've learned that, when I was there, and subsequently after, I've heard that a lot of good people have graduated from there. So I guess I'm a
Yeah,
proud alumni.
you are. So then, okay, so you came, you were still during college, you were still gigging with all of these,
I
major.
was traveling. I was traveling. To be honest with you, Miriam, look, I'll give you a little anecdote. I remember being like 23 years old, and I'm on a first time going to Europe, right? I'm on tour with Ray Barretto. Ray Barretto was one of the best salsa bands, you know, that existed. One of the best band leaders that existed of our music, and I happened to get the gig with him. So I'm on a tour bus, a sleeper tour bus, and we're arriving into Paris at 6 a.m. And I get up and I'm looking out the window, and I'm just looking at Paris, going like, "Oh my God!" I'm just like blown away. I mean, the thought that immediately came to me was like, "Holy shit! There's a lot more to the world than where I'm from." And
Isn't that amazing?
yeah, I mean, so for me, that experience alone, and then after that, I must have gone to Europe like 30, 40 times since then, at least. And I've traveled the world doing what I do, and I'm very blessed. So when I look back, the things have been put in my path. All these things were kind of put in my path. I look back, I'm more like, even Spanish Harlem Orchestra was put in my path. That wasn't even my idea. But I know
How,
now
so
that it was meant for me. I just go, thank you, God. I mean, it was really meant for me. It was like, do you speak Spanish? You look Latina. Do you speak Spanish?
Yo soy cubana.
Okay, super. So
Nací
it
en
looks like,
Cuba.
well, I mean, I love Cuba. So the truth of the matter is, it looks like I feel like God said, "Mira, pendejo, this is what you're supposed to be doing." And he put it on a silver platter to me, and it really clarified and crystallized my mission in life, in terms of, because
Oh,
I was doing my music for other people, for other people, for other people, and he said, it's you. You're supposed to put your voice, your concept, your mission out there. You're the one who needs to be doing it. And that was almost 20 years ago. So
amazing.
I'm really proud and blessed to have that, as part of an event that was life changing for me.
So even though these events sort of came, call it destiny, call it, they landed in your lab, how, technically speaking, did you get to Spanish Harlem Orchestra?